Hey guys, Sean Zine, the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we're bringing on guests that are involved in the space of network, affiliate, multi-level, and also those that are involved with crypto. Those token creators are using the skills and the model to build their practice, build their business up. So they're coming on, sharing their tips, their strategies, their trials and tribulations. And I want you to gain some value today. That's the goal. I want you to understand. Don't just listen, implement, take action, talk to others about what we're sharing, and don't forget to share this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because we are doing these every single week, providing value from people that are just starting in the business to multimillionaires. And when you're paying attention, drop a comment, your favorite emoji, or at least you can drop a hashtag live or a hashtag replay. And if you want to go a step further, where are you watching from in this amazing world that we're all living in? As always, stick around to the end. You're definitely going to gain some massive value. And bring on my next guest. We have Tim Anders. What's up, Tim? How are you?
Hey, not much. I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, anytime I can collaborate with another person is a great thing in my book, because we're providing value, we're teaching, we're educating, where it's lacking out there. And we're not sitting there trying to pitch and sell someone. We want to
Nope.
teach. We want to give the information to help other individuals. And as always, I ask my guests, who are you and why did you get into network marketing?
Well, my name's Tim Anders. I'm a 45-year-old husband, father of six. Right now I'm a currently full-time driver for an oil company. Um, I've always been seeking and opportunities to actually make some extra income on the side somehow, to the point where I could, hopefully retire by the time I'm 50, just by doing a couple hours worth of work. I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook of people doing side hustles here and there. And I came across a video probably about 3.5 months ago by a lady named Lynn Hoffman. And she was just talking about what I'm doing now. She's talking about it. And it probably took me about 10 videos of her to actually see or to engage with her. And I asked her what she was doing, and she sent me her link. I went and check it out, and I knew. Once I found out what the company was, I'm like, I know what this is. My wife was in it a long time ago, and she decided to get out of it. And I'm like, I know the opportunity. I know what this is about. This is amazing. It's so easy to do, and the company has lived good, and it's growing so fast. I mean, the fact that we're having almost 40 to 50,000 people join Live Good a week. I'm sorry, a month. I apologize. About 10,000 people a week is joining this worldwide. And the beauty of this is the fact that you don't have to sell any products. All we do is we just talk to people about the opportunity of making a little bit of extra money on the side, to the point where, if you build up enough, basically legs underneath you for the back office in a way. You can make a pretty good income, to the point where I could retire from my full-time job. And it's fun to do, because it's challenging, it's entertaining. I'm meeting a whole lot of different people, connecting with people. Yeah, it's just hearing some of their stories of where they come from, of how they want to get into what we're doing to better themselves, and to hopefully become financially free like everyone else wants to. The 9 to 5 is it's for some people. They want to stick with it. They're comfortable with it. Other people don't want to. They want to have the freedom. They want to have the lifestyle to do whatever they want when they want to. That's what I wanted. So that's why I dug into this, and I got into it, and I took off. I mean, I took off like a rocket. I went up 2 levels in about 6 weeks. But right now it's a slow time for a lot of people. It's kind of plateaued for me right now. But just like any other thing you do in life, it takes time. It's it's not a race. It's just, you got to connect with the right people. You got to say the right things, basically, and you got to find the right crowd. Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry. As Tim shared, there's lots of value getting involved. And in that, what he just mentioned, there's a couple things I want to break down. One, yeah, a lot of people go into things and they think they're going to spend, it's free, $100, $500, whatever it is, and they're going to be a millionaire in 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to ever happen. It's going to take some
Nope.
time to even make a few bucks per month. You know,
Yep.
if you're able to pick up some dollars that cover the cost of whatever business you get involved in, you're successful. Now, if you can get it to a higher level, now you're making some serious, money that can change your lifestyle, like
Yep.
Tim was saying. But it takes time. It's not a quick thing. You got to work at it. Now, what are some challenges that you're having? I mean, you're saying it's a little slower. What other challenges are happening currently in your business?
So the challenges I have, like I said, is just trying to find the right crowd. I mean, the only thing I've been doing really is using platform of TikTok mainly. I do have a couple of affiliate programs I'm on, not affiliate program, affiliate groups on Facebook that, that's where a lot of people go to kind of look for different affiliates, or other affiliates want to join something else. But the thing I'm struggling with is just, trying to get over the fact that, everyone said they'll come on and say, oh, it's a scam. Oh, you're laughable. You're not going to get into this. You're not going to make any money out of it. And, again, those are the people that have like the really bad mindset that, they don't have the positive mindset. They don't have the can do attitude. And that's what gets a lot of people down, to be honest with you, is the fact that they let other people they don't even know distract them of their mindset. Their mind, they have a positive mind going into it, but when they start getting all the negativity from other people, they're like, oh, well, maybe this person's right. And that's when they fail, is because they let other people determine what kind of lifestyle they want instead of the lifestyle they want themselves. They have to basically say, yeah, okay, well, see you later. You're not worth my time, if this is how you're going to be. So that's sorry, go ahead.
No, it's definitely something that you will have to put time in, figure out your niche, who you really want to focus in on. Like in my case, I'm a teacher. So I like to focus on teachers, and this is anywhere in the country that teachers are underpaid most of the time. And they are trying to find something. Why trade your time, literally what you have to be there for something else, where if you're involved with affiliate or network marketing, you don't have to be at an office, at a warehouse, around the desk. You could be in on your toilet making phone calls in Texas or whatever, right?
Yep.
But you can be on vacation. You could be anywhere in the world that you have your phone and an internet connection, and you can make money.
Absolutely. I do most of my videos in my car.
Anywhere you can go. And if you start doing videos, Tim, it was funny. I do videos anywhere and everywhere. I do stuff for my insurance business. I used to be doing them in coffee shops. And the beautiful part is, if you set up a tripod and it's you and another person, for example, and you start talking, and people are like, they'll come over and look at, what are you guys doing? They think it's, and then that opens up a conversation. Oh, I'm into building this business up. Would you be interested in, some people share videos. What's your process as far as when someone gets in your circle of, a connection or what have you? What is a process that you share with that person?
So, so this is the first time I've done anything like this in my life. I've never been in any type of affiliate marketing. So, I kind of learned from the person that taught me, and, that showed me what to do. And so I kind of take what they taught me, and I'll go ahead and put my own spin on it, and, try to put it out there in a way where it's a little bit easier than when I learned it. So what I do is I'll take a couple of my videos or some other videos that other people do, and I'll share it with them. And I'm like, look, just listen to this. You don't have to copy it word for word, but listen to how we were talking, the words, the keywords, and put your own spin to it. You want to get people attracted to it. So what I usually tell people is try to keep your interaction to about a minute or less. As you want to hook people in, you want to talk to them. Less is better. And a lot of people have a hard time with that, because we're in nature. We're the type of mammals that want to share. We want to flex our knowledge on people. Well, I know all about this, so listen to it. And it's actually hurting us more when we tell more about it. So you really want to tell, less is better, because then that's going to get people more interested. I'm like, okay, well, I'm curious what you're doing. What can I do? So that's why I tell a lot of people is just try to keep your videos a minute or maybe a minute 10 and under, and don't give out so much information, and that's pretty much what I do. I myself, like I said, I do a lot of, there's a lot of training through Live Good that they send me through, like, emails, or even on the back office. I can go to the webinars, and I can just watch those anytime I want, which is awesome. It's all free. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll just kind of scroll through other people who are doing it and just kind of listen to them and how they talk. Like, if I come across someone who has 1,500 comments, I'm like, okay, what are they doing different that I'm not? Why do they have that many comments? Why? Okay, so I'll listen to them, and I'm like, oh, okay, so they said it this way. Let me try it this way. So it's as you know, it's trial by error, basically.
Yes. You brought up TikTok, and TikTok is a powerful medium. It's another platform, and it'll hit a different demographic. It's not all about dancing. You don't have to dance, guys. You can put out content and teach people. If you want to dance, go for it. My thing now is I'm trying to be consistent on my lives. I'm trying to be live, being consistent. I just did one the other day, and I had 1,500, likes in a short period of time. And I'm like, holy crap. And it just started taking off with a few people helping out, doing that for that. You don't even know these people. But providing value, I think if you have a process to teach, will bring people in. If you're just going on live and say, hey, buy this product, take a look at this, take a look at that, nobody wants to really, they'll tune out. They'll just swipe through. But if you're, like, I was teaching about the difference between affiliate marketing and network marketing. And I talked about how you can just use it's affiliates all by yourself. Network marketing, you're leveraging other human beings. You can make more money by doing network marketing type of business, but maybe people are not into doing becoming a leader or a mentor, which you're going to have to do, because you're going to have to bring people together, help them duplicate what you're doing, what works, so that they could become successful.
Absolutely.
Now, when you are online, what are some things do you spend a lot of time online, or do you take like an hour a day? This is my block, I'm going to be online. Is there any strategy that you can share of ways of using it more strategically?
So I only do this about 2.5 hours a day, to be honest with you. I'll do it in the morning, and then I'll do it in the afternoon. More so like when I'm on my way to work, I'll kind of, just kind of check some things out. I don't have a lot of time, just because, very busy life with 6 kids, and just nonstop go. Once I go to work, my wife takes care of all the stuff. I come home and I take over so she can rest and stuff. So it's I don't have like tons of time to get down and spend hours and hours of looking up training. So I pick 2.5, 3 hours in the morning when I have time to myself, and then in the evening when everything's finally calmed down, I might do 1 or 2 videos or whatever. But it's very easy. I mean, it's the one thing that I had to do is I was getting for myself, I was getting overwhelmed. And I know people can get overwhelmed with this, because you see other people succeed and you're like, oh my God, I want that. I want to have that. Right. So you push and you push, and you think the more you do, the better it's going to be. And that's not the case. And it's just a waiting game. I mean, you as you said before, you got to build this. It's not an overnight success. And you're going to have your moments of, I don't want to say depression, but you're going to have moments of feeling down, feeling defeated. You're going to have moments of this, but that's all part of growing. That's all part of, this didn't work. Okay, so don't do this again. What am I going to do next? I just, I encourage people. Like I have a Facebook group chat that, everyone that signs up underneath me, I'll put them in the group chat, so I don't have to, reach out to everyone individually.
Right.
And I'll send out, like, once a week, I'll send out positive messages, and then I'll send something, and it keeps them motivated. I engage with everyone. I try to at least once a week, just to keep them motivated, because I've had people say, I'm done with this. I'm like, no, just, give us a little more time. This takes time. And, they decided to give up, which is fine. I'm not going to twist arms or push anyone to stay in a business they don't want to. But I try to get them to see the bigger picture, so that they can see the success. In 3 to 4 years, if they don't want to do anything at all, the most they'll get out of this business without doing anything is just about $2,100 a month for doing absolutely nothing. And that's the way that this system is set up. And I said, if you're okay with that, then just sit there and don't do anything. Just pay the $10 a month, and eventually you'll get to $2,100 a month for doing absolutely nothing. But I do my best to encourage people to just stay motivated, to keep searching. I'll do most of the searching. I'll send it to them so they can watch it. Just because I like it. I want to be I want to be the successful one, and I want to be the one that can provide for my family. Okay, let's go on vacation. Like, we love doing things. We love going out, being with people, serving people, and my work is limited. It makes me limited to do that stuff.
No, I like how you said you're communicating weekly with your team. Having a Facebook group messenger is powerful. I highly recommend that. There should be a Zoom that people are hosting sometimes. There should be something that they're providing their teams to stay, like Tim was saying, motivating them. But he is 100% correct. You're not going to have 100% of people sign up, going to continue building the way you want to build. And so that's fine. It's a sifter. We're getting in, get people in. They figure it out. If, like we said, you're not going to make $1 million within a couple hours, couple days. You're going to put some time in. But it's also, that person needs to have the drive too.
They do. Absolutely.
I think a lot of the companies out there, if it has personal development linked to it, you're going to be successful, because there's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of no's. But how I've been overcoming this, and I would love for you to share your version. When I'm talking to people, I don't really care about if me and you are on the phone right now. I'm not selling you. I want to give you all the information, so that when you're around your family, your friends, your coworkers, and something pops up, for example, for data storage, I want Tim to remember me, so that he could tell his brother to call me, or set up a 3-way messenger call or a text message to get introduced. And we all help each other that way. Because if you're trying to sell someone on first call, it's never going to work.
No.
So what other strategies can we help others out there with their prospecting, marketing of their product, whatever company they work for?
So the only thing I can really think of, if, it's, so for Live Good, it's kind of hard, because, you're trained not to sell the products. You're there to share a link for the affiliate portion. That's where this company is mainly based out of, because with the products that we have some of the best products in the world at the lowest, cheapest price. So they don't, you can sell the products, but you're only going to get about 2% commission off the product. So there's not much money in it. The money is the affiliate portion, where you just share the link. So the only thing I can think of is, if you want success, you got to be the product. You got to know, you got to be the winning attitude. You got to be the people that, you got to be this shining light in the darkness, basically, is what you got to do. And you got to know your stuff. You got to answer the questions, and be polite. Be polite, be courteous, be willing to serve those who don't understand. Work with them. And the only thing I can really just say is just, study. Just learn the business. And the cool thing about this is, you don't have to know the business to get started. You learn as you go. That's the beauty of it. And a lot of people think, oh my God, I got to learn all the stuff before I start. No, you don't. The best way for you to learn to get to know this, the business and the products, is by mistakes, by learning, by doing it, because you're not going to go anywhere unless you fail.
I like what Tim said is how to be a shining light, guys, in the darkness. And that's 100% true. And it's, yes, making sure, in my case, I like to get people to a Zoom call with the CEO
Yeah,
because that Zoom call with a CEO will sell that person who I'm bringing to that Zoom without me having to be there. So there's
yep,
other strategies that you can utilize if you are smart with your, and like Tim was saying, you don't have to study everything. You got to just know and be a people person and focus on helping,
very
not
much so.
not closing business to earn a commission. Build relationships. Make sure you're continuing to follow up and communicate with them. I want to go back to TikTok, and you're
Sure.
doing video. Yeah, you've been doing video. What made you get into doing video with on TikTok? And what are some strategies that you're using to help those that have no, pockets of time to get those videos in? Anything that you can share would be beneficial for them.
Okay. Yeah. So um, so I've had TikTok for several years just because my kids are on it, so I can monitor them, find out who's watching them, and make sure they're not doing the wrong, inappropriate
Yeah.
videos. Um,
Yes.
and so that's why I started to, and yeah, I got into it there. And my wife and I just did some funny stuff here and there. But like I said, once I got into this with Lynn Hoffman, um, I asked her, I'm like, well, what do I do? And she said, well, start making videos like I am. I'm like, okay. And I'll be straight up honest with you. Anyone who's never done this, your videos are going to suck the first few times. They're going to be horrible because you're going to be you're scared, you're intimidated, and you're like, oh my god, I look horrible, I suck. But they're going to get better. Okay, and just like I said before, the best advice I can give is keep it short. You don't want to give off so much information because if you do, you know, when you do videos and you look at the history of it, of like how many times someone watches it, most of them are done watching within 15 to 20 seconds. And then they move on because it's not interesting. That's where, within 15, 20 seconds, that's where you want to get people. You want to, you want to be able to engage, have them be engaging and say, okay, what are you doing? I would like more information on what you're doing. There's one video I did that it went viral, and it was, it was like kind of like an alert type of video. And I used a little cussing, swearing here and there. And I got over 45,000 views, and I had like probably 2,000 or 3,000 comments on it, and I couldn't keep up with them. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't respond to everyone here. So I'm trying to. So find the right lighting, be personable, and just you gotta look at it this way: is you're the only person in the room. No one's seeing you do the video. So when you're watching, when you have the camera facing you, the only reason why you're stumbling and you're not doing that well is because you're fearful of something. And fearful and doubt are the biggest killers for success, because everyone is always so worried about what other people are going to think about them. That's where I was for a long time until I said, screw it, I'm done with this, because I've had so many opportunities for really great successful businesses, but I've listened to other people who are in it like, oh man, you don't want to do that because I wasn't good enough, so you're not gonna be good enough. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I didn't do it. When I could have done it, and I'd probably be, well, I wouldn't be here where I am now if I listened to my own I get tuition, I guess, if you will.
Right.
But yeah, just best advice I can give you is just have fun with it. Don't be so professional. Just be personal. People want realism. They don't want the straight guy, cookie cutter salesman pitch. They want people who mess up, who talk about life, who said, hey, you know what? I've been here and I've been there in the place. I was very skeptical about this in the beginning as well, but when I started getting into it and I saw the growth in it in the first 3 weeks, I'm like, okay, this is real, So you got to take a chance, but you got to be smart with the chance.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid. The chances, what if I say the wrong thing? What if But like you were saying, the ones in the beginning they're gonna suck. But the beauty
They are.
is, if you're posting them, especially on Facebook, Now you have a memory that's going to come up a year from now. How awesome is the video that now you can do to share the growth on what you've did? Like, look at what I was, and be like, look, I don't give a shit. I'm going to show you. I post. This is how I was now or then. Look at what I've done now. Do you guys disagree with I'm growing? And they're going to be like, yeah, you're more well versed. You're
Yeah.
less or ums and things like that because you've been practicing for
Yeah.
a period of time. But if you don't start and you're worried about what happens if they say this or that, hey, you get trolls, you get people that throw negativity. If it's a negative comment, I always say thanks for engaging. It's just helping your algorithm. You're commenting, fine. I'll use that comment. Thanks for engaging. Now the algorithm is going to continue growing and throwing out your content to see other people. And are you on other platforms too, or are you kind of hanging in TikTok world or?
Mainly TikTok and Facebook world. I don't really use X. I mean, I'm on it. I haven't done anything. I know Instagram is a huge one. I never really got into it. I probably should venture into that space there just because it is very successful. It's just, I guess the way I look at it is just another format for me to have to keep up with everything. I know you can kind of link everything together so do one video and it's spreads it out to all of them at once. I'm not tech savvy at all. I usually go to my kids. I'm like, hey, my boys. I'm like, hey, how do I do this? And they have to show it to me because, well, I'm not, I'm 45. I used to work for Dish Network, and I was up to speed with all the highest technology, and I'd had to show all my kids that. Now it's reversed. They're showing me all this stuff and how to do this stuff. I'm like, what the hell? I can't remember all this stuff. And my son's like, just do this, Dad. I'm like, okay.
I agree. I think AI is powerful. I always tell people take a look at Blaze AI if you have trouble with getting content. I'm an affiliate with that. If you are, here's some value for you and for those that are watching with video. Use ChatGPT.
I use that.
You want 30 days of content ideas. So you have 30 days worth of a topic that you can sit there and record a 30-second, 60-second short reel, what have you. And like Tim was saying, shoot it one time, put it across channels.
Yep.
Now the beauty is you should have a hook. Like Tim was saying, the first few seconds, if people don't like it, they're going to go right to the next one. But if it's interesting and you're going to share some value, people will stay there. And then the biggest thing is getting them to subscribe or follow you. And then for them to share your stuff. Once they start following you, then they start sharing your stuff, you're arriving. Because now they thought your content was good enough for their friends to know and like and build something for you. That's all about service. We try to help each other. And here's the thing. If you're on social media, watch the videos that we're seeing of your friends. Watch the whole thing. Drop a comment. Don't just watch it. Drop a comment and then share it. Because then you're helping. People say, I'm not getting much engagement. Well, have you started sharing other people's stuff yet? No. Well, start doing that, and they're going to start doing it, reciprocate with you. And on your teams, everyone that's on a team, they should be doing the same thing. Imagine if you had a team of 10, for example. It could be hundreds, but start it with 10. If all 10 are engaging each other's posts, you're having a lot of content, a lot of engagement. The algorithm is going to help everyone out on the team, and we're all going to make money together. But people are always trying to do it by themselves. They're trying to go solo. Don't go solo. Try to help, go through together, and we rise together. Yeah.
So the thing I've noticed a lot is just, kind of going off of what you were saying, that a lot of people want to do it themselves, is they want to have that feel-good success of, I did this myself. I didn't do it with any help. But, the ones I see that are the most successful are the ones who've had the help, who've had to humble themselves and go, you know what, I need the help. And even though you had the help, it doesn't mean you're weak or you're insufficient of doing it yourself. You're still doing it yourself. You're just getting tips from other people.
Yes, I agree. And be open-minded. Listen,
very much
no matter what, you might have an issue. That's why I started this podcast, to burst through those myths out there that, oh, you don't make money, it's a pyramid scheme, all this shit. Pyramid schemes are in every business that you're involved in, people. You got to understand that. So network marketing, you can be successful if you put
Very
the
much so.
time. But
So-
be open-minded. Find a niche that you like, get behind, and just run with it. And go for it for a year or two before you quit. If you go a couple weeks, you're gonna fail no matter what, because
Yeah, absolutely.
because of the mindset that you have. Hey,
So,
Tim, go ahead.
can I say it real quickly? I know we're getting to
Yeah.
the end here. So regarding the pyramid scheme is, yes, there's a lot of pyramid schemes out there, and everyone says the pyramid thing. The one thing I want to touch on that is everything you do in life doesn't matter whether you're working, churches, schools, whatever. Everything's a pyramid because everyone's always at the top, and then it trickles down. So if everyone agrees that no matter what they're doing, well, whether it's working or church serving or whatever, everything has a pyramid structure because someone's always at the top and it comes down. So that's what this is. This is exactly the same thing. Is that there's always someone at the top. It's just the way that this program is. I can make more money than a CEO. There's that potential for this. But anyways, right. I know we're out of time. I want to thank you, Sean, so much for inviting me on here.
No, you did phenomenal. I want to remind everyone, go to the description. If you're listening to us on any of the audio verticals, drop a review. Also reach out to Tim. And if we're on the YouTube, if you're watching this live on the video on YouTube, drop a comment, but also reach out to Tim. Have a conversation. See if what he's doing fits in what you're thinking about doing. Build a relationship with him. Follow him on all the socials. Let's grow together. So that's why I'm doing this, to help. We're helping each other. We're all growing. We're all collaborating. And no, you are appreciated taking your time out of your day to share some massive value. So, Tim, stick around for one moment. Everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And connect to Sean. You won't regret it. Trust me.